Hi, everybody.
Taken off guard here, I was staring at my screen. Hi, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
me, Banshee, and welcome to the show. We've got a little bit of turbulence in our house today.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. One of our cats had a cat appointment,
Meh.
and we have to change their feeding schedule. So I think some of the cats are a little upset. Whether Sunny will show up tonight is anybody's guess. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Maybe some new names and faces.
Oh, he'll be here. He just hasn't heard us yet.
You'll see.
That's right, you'll see. All right, so we're going to have our card for the collective.
We are. And it's going to be Postcards from Spirit by Colette Baron Reed. As, of course, this is still time. The veil is kind of thin. I don't know. I'm just working with these decks and my kind of decks that remind you have a kind of maybe an ancestral feel to them. Just till the November 13th Sunday, because that's a big anniversary for me as far as deaths go. That's the day my mom and aunt died 6 years apart. So I'm going to keep this going till then. And then I'll switch up my decks after.
And I think it's like a day after my grandmother died,
Oh.
which was a number of years before
Well, my
that.
my father, who's of course deceased many years, his birthday is November 12th. So I always remember him on that day as well. All right. Mr. O, pick out a postcard from Spirit for us.
All right.
That's a postcard, all right. What does it say on the back? Did you see it at all? No, the other side. Sorry, the front.
No, what does it say?
Well, it's very ethereal because remember, it's coming from Spirit. It says, "You are loved." Love it. Dearest you, everything is in divine order. Even in chaos, there is order. And we are always in awe of this. For you, though, on your human journey, things can get disorganized in your mind and physical reality. You need to get rid of the clutter, whether it be too many stories in your mind or too many what-ifs or fearful thoughts of the past or future. Instead, focus on the now. Empty your mind, clean your house. Oh no, throw out any object that tells you an uncomfortable story. Discern what you have, sort, purge, clear, and organize. We want you to have space to fill with something better. Spirit loves a vacuum, and it gives space for brilliant new energy. Let go of what is not serving you and give order to what remains. See them and know their value. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connection to us and to Spirit free of distractions. You are so adored by so many. We hope you really know that. It's from Spirit. And I have to say, definitely clear your mind of those stories that really don't serve you anymore. Clear your mind of those things that, make you feel less than who you truly are today. And live in the now, not the past, not the future. What we have is right before us. Anything to add to that, Mr. O?
Are you sure it's not something else, Kara, like drugs? And I'm sorry to hear that, Buddy Blue. I imagine that cousin might have been special for you because you remember this so well.
Well, bad car accident,
Usually cousins are around the same age. I've lost all of my male cousins, my first male cousins, all three of them. And I only have my female cousins, and I have 4 of those left. 2 of them I never really see anymore.
Okay, so...
Coffee. Of course.
I had coffee before. I went to something this morning, and I decided not to drink more coffee. I just had water there. I was good. But I did have water,
Good
coffee.
for you, but Shingles doesn't care.
I love that commercial. I do. All right. Well, let's get on with the program here. Sorry for goofing off. My cards are ready. Yours are ready. And I think V is first.
And V has asked for a general... Oh, where was that? A general reading for what blessings are coming their way.
What blessings? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Your deck or mine?
I can do a deck.
I could do a deck too.
Okay, well, I'm going to use the Mermaid Tarot, the Tarot of the Mermaids. Hasn't been here for a little while.
That sounds good. So my mother and her favorite sister died 6 years apart on the same day. And they died 12 hours apart from what I could figure too. One in the morning, one in the nighttime hours. It was very synchronistic in many, many ways. I did do a soul story out there about it. It's one of the first ones I did, so it's really kind of clunky. Maybe I'll want to revisit that story and refresh it someday. Now that I'm more adept at doing camera stuff.
Well, the synergy with dates and numbers and various relationships is pretty strong in this one. On my side, though, I seem to have a couple of different people who end up being born on each other's birthday, like my grandfather and my niece. And I think there's actually somebody else is born on October 30th. Things like that. I think there's a couple other repeat birthdays, too, that don't come to mind.
All right. Yeah, there was a lot of strangeness with that story. Seriously. One of my most curious, of the many stories I have, is one of my most curious ones.
Well, that's how I want to go, Violet. Not necessarily on my birthday, but in my sleep.
My father died in his sleep. I was 10. It was a rather somewhat traumatic thing at the time, but he looked so peaceful. I remember that. He looked so peaceful there. But it was kind of hard, because we were not expecting it. However, my mother had me late in life, so, they were already in their 50s, and I was, early to mid-50s, and I was 10. So.
All right, V. So we start off with the upright Knight of Swords. I'm going to move that in just a little bit closer there.
The upright Knight of Swords, okay.
The upright Ten of Wands.
Oh.
The upright Four of Wands.
Well, this is, now I'm not going to say it's totally easy, V, but this is a blessing whether you realize it or not.
Right. It's the blessing of hard work.
The Ten of Wands. The blessing of hard work. But here's the situation. I see this Knight of Swords here as you finally... Maybe the blessing that's coming to you is you're really going to be motivated now and driven to do something. That knight is on a mission.
Yes.
The Knight of Swords, to accomplish something, to do something, to achieve something. They want to move forward. And the Ten of Wands is just there to remind you the blessing is it's going to take some work, but that effort will pay off.
Big time.
And will it ever? Because the Four of Wands, which we like to joke about it being the TFT party card, is at the end here. You have something to celebrate. You'll have a reason to celebrate. You'll look at how much you have done and be so proud of yourself, and there should be some rewards or recognition for your efforts.
Some tarot people interpret the Four of Wands as the harvest home, the kind of celebration after everything has come back and you've had the harvest, you've reaped what you have sown, you've made your money at the farm or at the bank or whatever it was. You've just basically achieved what you needed to. You achieved goals, quotas, whatever, and now it's time to celebrate. And you only did that because you took the challenge, you pressed yourself to take on those challenges, those burdens.
Yeah. Pretty nice, tight reading here.
Yeah, it
oh,
is.
It's
almost
sorry,
perfect.
why did I have those there? I don't know.
So we're going to do the Lenormand for you, V. So this should be coming to you, this blessing. If it's not an actual blessing, it's that realization, it's that insight, it's that knowledge, that synergy with other messages. It says your goals are reachable and you just have to apply yourself.
Right. And it's saying that your hard work and your drive and motivation will pay off. You know, that's a blessing.
So your first card in Lenormand is the book. And that is followed by the ship.
So these moves that you are making, it's going to be, whatever it is, V, it's going to be a real growthful or learning experience for you. I feel that you are moving towards maybe some, you know, if it, even in an esoteric sense, I guess I could say that maybe you're moving towards some levels of higher knowledge or wisdom.
Well, I'd like to think this is mostly talking about the more practical thing, but it could certainly apply to that. But I guess the key is in getting out there to find this, that maybe all of this represents an idea that you don't quite have yet under your belt, in your mind, percolating away there. And you need to find that idea, or somehow, remember I was talking about the synergy, V, of these things sort of, that's going to come to you maybe in another sort of aha moment, you know, an opportunity that suddenly really opens up a whole new vista for you if you're willing to work at it.
Hey, Mama T.
Hi, Mama
T. Okay, we can get that for you at the end. We'll do that for you.
All right. So that's what we had, V.
Have a good night's sleep, Mama T. Get some rest. This is Mama Banshee talking. All right.
Okay, and Buddy was next.
Buddy was next, and I see he's talking about the Libra friend. Yeah, things didn't look too positive, if I recall, last time. Am I right?
All right.
But let's take a look at what the cards have to say.
You're welcome, V. Hi, Gene Bean, and we will get to you in a minute. I think you're the next one after
you're
Buddy
either
Blue.
the next one or Karen is. I think Karen and then Jean. But we'll get to you, Jean. Hang in there. Won't be long.
We're doing fabulous.
Well, sort of. We like to gab a lot here. Also, speaking of gabbing, did we have anything to talk about? I wanted to just briefly, without getting political much, somehow, talk about our midterm election prediction. I think where some of it was slightly off, because I did give a slight edge to the Democrats, it was pretty right on that nobody was going to be very happy with these results. I mean, I'm sure the Republicans wanted more seats, and I'm sure the Democrats did not want to lose control of the House, but the Democrats are probably pretty happy it wasn't worse. So, all in all, I think we kind of nailed that a little bit, because we did say it was not a happy scenario for either side. So that's all I want to say about it. If you want to take a look at our election video, it is still up on our YouTube channel.
And yes, Buddy Blue, I am aware. So thank you for that, though, clarification.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, we got it. And I'm so sorry that happened. It's tough sometimes when, your best friends are in a relationship and there's all kinds of stuff, all kinds of things that can ensue. I kind of have been there. All right, we've got the Nine of Pentacles reversed. We got the Ten of Cups reversed. And we got the Four of Swords upright. Which is kind of interesting cards here, buddy. Not all good. I think, but we got to take them in context here. And I really feel the context is this. The Nine of Pentacles just indicates that, there's issues here still. They're not really, well, they could be bad if I combine these two cards together. In other words, somebody has some very disappointing feelings about a relationship, which in this case is a friendship. And so I see that here. I see here that the 9 is just showing this dissatisfaction. To me, it just might mean they expected more or something different than what transpired. And the 4 of Swords is indicating a timeout is really needed here. The 4 of Swords is like pulling back, taking a break. And in this case, if I'm looking at it in terms of a relationship, it's taking a break from, this friendship.
Well, I do believe that the 4 of Swords is the best prognosis for possible outcomes.
True.
And that it may be a timeout. You may not have any control over this. It may be just the kind of thing that you would even probably feel daunted by trying to reach out on some sort of schedule. You might just have to let it seemingly lie or rest there. And it would be good for you to maybe recharge yourself and maybe, just meditate more and think more on that. When I look at the 9 of Pentacles reversed, I sort of get a little different feeling than Banshee here. And I wonder if this is saying that maybe you should, to some degree, even though I'm not saying forever, the timeout thing, you should to some degree try to grow beyond this idea, this bond. I mean, the 9 of Pentacles in its better position usually talks about somebody who has a particularly specific view on how they enjoy life. And this may be saying you have to kind of, let some of that go, it's not going to be the end all or be all of, your friendships or your friendship satisfaction. So then with that 10 of Cups reversed, it's sort of the same idea there too. I think it's sort of saying that emotionally it's just going to be unsettled for a while, I think, while this rest part is occurring.
Yeah, I almost, the one thing I would say, buddy, the only silver lining I'm seeing here is in that 4 of Swords. And it kind of indicates to me that this rest or this period away may allow a healing to occur. Mm-hmm. Sometimes distance makes us grow more distant, true, but sometimes people have more time to process and think about what transpired here, and maybe time will allow them to have a different perspective.
I almost feel that the reverse 10 of Cups applies more to yourself, and the idea maybe that you realized you sort of disrupted somebody's sense of what their own happiness wanted to be, what you allude to there, and that therefore that 9 of Pentacles reverse refers maybe more to your Libra, the idea that maybe they just sort of want to close off those doors or move into this different direction that doesn't seem to include you or is not conscious of you. So here's the Lenormand to texture that a little bit.
Well, we have the stork here.
The stork, La Garea. And then El Zorro, the fox. Well, it's not like a chicken in the hen house. It's like a fox in the stork's, nest.
Well, I'm not sure what to say here. I'm almost thinking that this could mean that somebody is strategizing or planning on moving. And by that, it could mean a change of residence, a change in their lives. It could mean a new beginning as well. So I almost think, you just said something here. I heard you about a new beginning or a new something moving on. Was that what you said?
I sort of made that general idea there. I don't
remember. But there's a stork too, so I wonder about that.
Well, I don't know that could necessarily mean that it is them so much as that maybe it could be you too.
It could be you too.
That maybe, after you do more processing, you'll realize that You maybe just have to move on for your own sake.
That the smart decision, because remember, the fox can be about being sly, crafty, smart. The smart decision might be to move on. And that doesn't mean your friend never comes back.
Right.
But what it does mean is you shift your focus from it for a while. And hey, then, you open the door to the possibility this person could return.
When I was in high school and a teenager, and I was over summers not seeing a certain classmate that I thought I might be feeling affectionate with, it seemed like forever, but it really wasn't. So I'm not trying to say your problems are trivial or light, but somehow time really does move differently when we can manage to change our focus a little bit about where we want to put all of our attention. I mean, you might just have to loosen your attention a little bit to just let things go the way they can go.
Because clearly, even if this is to happen, I almost think they need more time.
That's what it looks like, really.
So that's what we have for you, buddy. I'm sorry. Good
they
luck
probably
with that.
would be more impressed with you or feel better if you did give them more time. They would probably realize that,
All right,
you have
Karen.
more dimension to you. And
I
Karen
saw
asked
Karen had a
about
question.
those spirit guides.
Yeah, what was that exactly? Because I remember seeing it. Who the spirit guides are?
Right, so if we can kind of give a general idea of who their spirit guides are.
Well, let's see what we can... We'll give it a shot. We'll give it a try. Your deck? Do you have a deck for that?
Sure. Okay. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm going to use the Ghost Tarot since it's a spirit-related question.
Oh, there you go.
And the Ghost Tarot is a fabulous deck by Lo Scarabeo that I like to use for questions about human spirits that have passed, but also things that pertain in general to the overall spirit realm, human or non-human spirits.
Not to be confused with the Ghosts and Spirits Tarot, which was the deck that I just used.
Did you mind telling us what deck you got?
Yay! Did you just get a Rider Waite or what? Oh, they haven't come yet. They're coming. I get my cards in the mail Monday.
You said you got them this Monday.
Oh, I love them. Okay, you did get them. Okay.
Don't leave us in suspense.
That's right, Karen. Keep us on our toes. We love the challenge.
We do. And we are definitely worthy to rise to it.
It's
we will rise to it. I don't know if we're
okay,
worthy.
You remember that Ten of Wands in that other reading, the hard work? We know the hard work is worth it.
Yes, I feel like... there was a joke about it. Sister somebody and her home for the perpetually bewildered.
Oh, jeez.
No one has ever suffered as much.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
Karen, let's see what kind of bead we get on this. Oh, thank you. I hope you mean us. Okay, so this is kind of interesting because I wondered if court cards would show up.
I thought, oh my gosh, is it?
It's a court card.
I knew it.
It's the Knight of Wands.
I thought so too.
And it's upright. And of course, the Knight of Wands is sort of, well, it's not exactly a messenger, but it is somebody that's moving towards a goal.
Come on, I want to see them all.
Okay, dear. And then it's Temperance.
Ooh.
And it's upright, so that's fabulous. Beautiful Creatures Tarot.
Oh.
It sounds familiar.
J.R. Rivera, Jasmine. I'm going to have to look that one up. I'm not familiar with it.
And then the final one is Justice Reversed. So who are your spirit guides? Well, I wonder if it's possible that a spirit guide is somebody who maybe felt that they didn't receive justice in their life, or that the quality or their essence of their being is about, the being on the wrong side of justice, even when one really works hard to try to keep the scales balanced. In other words, a kind of spirit that sort of has a sense of a purgatory about them, that maybe they too have their own mission to evolve on some level. And that, of course, is that movement there with the Knight of Wands. I'm being very fantastical here, but I'm just letting it go there. What do you want to say?
Do you want to do Temperance too while you're at it, or no?
I did sort of say that. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'll get back to it, though.
I think we're going to have some fun playing with this one, Karen. I almost look at these two in tandem here, and I feel that your spirit guide may or may not have been human. I know we have a court card, so that's kind of leading me towards it could be ancestral. It could be, but it may not be. I really feel and sense a lot of, of course, it's a wand card, so I'm feeling a lot of heat and a lot of fire energy, a lot of drive and motivation. They want you to be inspired to move forward, with they're there for you to inspire you and to give you motivation to, work on whatever it is you're working on, whether it's solving problems in your life, whether it's actually goals or projects, whether it's even some hot relationships. And they're here also. These guides are very much, or this guide, I'm thinking it's one guide right now. I really do. And I really think that they are, well, wait a minute. I'm just trying to get an epiphany here, because we do have fire energy. We do have I feel like there's water energy with Temperance. And with Justice, I almost feel that, of course, with Justice, I feel that air energy, the logic, the air. And so I feel like they're very elemental. There's a lot of elemental associations with this guide, which makes me think it could be some type of elemental being.
I believe it's a non-human as we would understand it, but I do believe that it sort of has more of a male or masculine kind of orientation. And like I said, I just want to clarify this more for you, is that
Sure.
I sort of feel it has its own cosmic mission. Maybe it has to teach a number of people, or it has to teach specific people like you.
Oh.
But that lesson has something to do with balance and the ideas of maybe having to accept injustice, because I sort of feel this is a spirit or a being that maybe is undergoing this themselves, that maybe and I'm not saying like they're a fallen angel, they've been cast out of heaven, injusticely, but I sort of feel like there's this idea there that they have to right certain scales or bring a balance back that maybe is part of their lesson for evolving.
Well, it's interesting you say that. I'm almost feeling the lesson of Justice is just a little bit different here. It's not about accepting injustice. I suppose I see why you say that, but I think what it's saying is finding ways that you're fighting and mitigating injustice through moderate ways. In other words,
you're the spirit's avatar, or the spirit wants you to be their avatar. Sorry.
No, that's okay, but that's not what I was going to say.
Well, you're just wrong.
I'm sorry. Stand by for bickering. No. What I wanted to say was that I feel here that, this shows that they want you to be moderate in all things, in your judgments of others, in your...
She's right.
What?
She's right.
She's right.
And I'm thirsty.
Oh, you're talking about me being right. Here I'm looking in the chat for who's right in the chat.
No.
Oh my gosh, she makes me crazy sometimes. Well, look at. So I really feel here that this is an elemental being, and they're here to help support you, especially in times of call for deep decision making, and also in times where you might feel you've been treated unfairly or unjustly, injustice. I can't even talk today now. And they want you to handle things moderately. In other words, You know, you do things to calm yourself down, to think logically, to approach people softly, to try to come up with conciliatory ways to make things right. Hey, we can't make everybody happy in this life, and sometimes the way decisions work, you aren't always going to be happy either with the outcome of decisions. Find the sweet spot in whatever the outcome is, and let Spirit be there at your side to get you through this.
Am I in time for the Lenormand?
Well, I guess. I was wondering, go ahead and do it. I want to see what the Lenormand will come out. I'm not so sure the Lenormand is that useful in spirit.
Yeah, I sort of have that feeling too.
But go ahead. Let's see
So this may apply more to you and your relationship to that spirit. So the first one is the anchor, which gives me a definite idea.
Yeah. Me too.
And then the coffin. Well, maybe it was a being that lived physically here at one time.
And their spirit is anchored here.
Their spirit may be anchored here. And to me, it sort of ties into the idea that they have a mission to accomplish, and maybe you're part of that mission. You know, the idea of seeking justice where justice has not been easy to find, things like that.
Yeah, I think they're definitely attached to you. This could just be saying till the end, this spirit is with you. So I feel like this might be somebody who possibly could have been a lifelong guide. So I don't know how much information. Do you think you've gotten something out of that, Karen, as we went back and forth?
Well, some people think that we're entertaining. Of course.
Well, thanks. We want to be enlightening as well.
It's true, we do. I see what Yes said up there too.
Oh, okay.
So that's what it looks like, is maybe there is something there, and you know, maybe it's going to make its presence more known to you, because it seems like it is not going anywhere.
So if it's not something that lived before, which I still feel this real heavy elemental quality here. Yeah. So I'm hedging on that a little bit, Karen. I would say that they have been with you for a long time, a good portion of your life, if not all the way.
All right.
That's what we have for you.
Very nice question. Very interesting.
Thanks for that, Karen. Now I'm gonna expect a tougher question each week from you.
Uh-oh. It makes sense to you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, you should see my world. Trust me.
All right, so Jean is up,
hey,
and
Jean,
Jean wanted a general type of reading, I believe, or was that the no? Yes wanted.
It's Jean though is up.
I know, but I'm trying to remember what everybody wanted. General reading for Jean.
Got it. All right, Jean. Let's see what I got here. I'm gonna pull out this deck that I forgot the name of. It's not the Relative Tarot. Oh, it's the Renaissance Tarot.
The Renaissance.
That's right.
Tomorrow morning, my show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges, is on at 7 in the morning. And I'm actually reading, the information there is out of date. I'm actually reading for each zodiac sign 2 cards, an opportunity card, and a challenge card. So that's on at 7 a.m. in the morning, so check that out.
And don't forget my Material Matters every Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you can find out about the financials, the material side of life.
Best of all, although it's recorded, we are live in the chat room.
For more entertainment.
For more entertainment.
Come sip coffee with us and we'll chat up the reading as it goes by.
Listen to our bickering.
Well, in writing. Because you're not on my show. I can't bicker. Oh, wait. I do bicker with my producer.
I'm the producer, so usually that offhanded comment in the background may in fact be me. Ah, you're lucky for having spirit guides?
Hey, or just spirit encounters, seriously. All right.
Then I keep hearing the song Ghostbusters in my head. Who are you going to call?
Well, we didn't want to call this Knight of Wands reversed for Jean, but we've got one.
Okay, so there is a reversed
It's
Knight of
the
Wands.
Knight of Wands. So the Knight has reappeared but reversed in a different deck. We have the Three of Pentacles upright. Oh, and we have the King of Wands reversed.
Hello, Divine.
Divine! We gave Divine, just so everybody knows, it was Divine's birthday. And by the way, for new people here on our show, if it's your birthday, we will do a birthday reading for you. If you let us know at the beginning of the show, we move you up to the top of the list. But Divine gave us such a nice donation, we decided to do a video reading and send it to Divine. Happy birthday,
Thank you,
Divine.
Divine.
We so
Happy
appreciate
birthday.
you.
All right, and then finally, Jean, it's the reversed Nine of Wands.
Wow, Jean. I don't know. Is there some problems with either career or work or some project or goal you wanted to initiate or get off the ground? It just seems to me here with this Knight of Wands, either some of the motivation is disappearing or you're encountering some delays or setbacks that are proving to be frustrating. And I feel it here too a little bit with the King of Wands, but with the King of Wands, I feel it a little bit differently in that maybe because of this happening, you are starting to feel less confident in yourself and your ability to pull this off. I don't feel, whatever this is talking about, maybe this is even talking about a new relationship too, that's just not working out and you're feeling less confident. So think about where this applies. And here, I think what's coming is that all is not lost, but you might have to get some help or advice from others to carry this forward.
Right, it seems like there's something going on that either is expanding your horizons networking-wise, so it could be career, but it could also just be in terms of interpersonal relationships, being out there in the social field.
Talking about that, right?
And that Three of Pentacles says that there's going to be work happening to accomplish that, but still some of the direction maybe is not exactly as precise as you want. It may be that there's a charisma factor that's not catching on for you, that maybe you're a little bit shy, you're not picking up on certain cues with others, so
Is
that
that
you can
him?
That could be him.
Because the Three of Pentacles is teamwork, and this, of course, is delays and setbacks in career. It's reversed, the Knight of Wands. So
Well, I'll just let you finish my reading for me then.
I'm going to.
It's okay. I think I more or less made my points.
I think you did, and I think it's fine. I feel here something definitely, well, I'm not going to say definitely career, but it is something that is goal-driven. So if your goal is something in your interpersonal life, your social life, it could be that. It could be work. And I think whatever the case may be, working with others on this in some way is what would be most beneficial for you at this time. It would definitely work out better. Let me do my Lenormand and see what we could add to this.
All right.
I hope some of that is making sense to you, Jean. With the two wands there, it's definitely goal-driven. And wands sometimes can be about relationships too. There's fire, there's passion. So I didn't want to rule that out and just say it's only about career.
Well, I'm wondering if it could be something as easy as feeling a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit awkward about a new undertaking you're about to get in, or about meeting, new people that may be part of a team for you, either in work or some other venture. So that's the Knight of Wands, as maybe a little bit of iffy feelings there. But mostly you can find that confidence within yourself. That's really what it comes down to. Usually the first 30 seconds are the worst when you meet new people or have to talk in public, things like that. El Dino? Oh, El Nino. El Dino. I like
Nino, the child.
that. The child.
A Lasigo.
And the whip.
Well, this is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, if you're not expecting a child, it's not probably about that. But what I do think here, I feel there's the child here, and the child can mean many things in the Lenormand. The child can talk about taking small steps forward, or that things will happen more slowly, perhaps, than you like. Remember, the Knight of Wands is reversed here. So I think what this is saying is, get to work on whatever it is you want to happen. Get moving on it. The whip is a quick action. It asks you to move fast. So it says get to work slowly. Take one step at a time and see where it's leading you. Ignore the delays. Sometimes you just have them. And, work with others. Get them to help out, and you will probably see some success.
I think this is happening for a reason, this idea of these sort of contradictory ideas, go fast, but work like a child, or go slower.
Isn't that funny?
So right. I think what it's saying really is that to get started, like what Banshee said, needs to happen fast. But once you are started, there's going to be things that you're going to want to savor or not work too fast on. You don't want to rush certain things. So this is saying really strap in for the long haul on this project or this relationship or whatever the situation is, because it's not the kind of thing that maybe can be accomplished fast, and you will need the help of others or the support of others.
And it's funny, this child card, the symbology on it is, of course, the breaking of a piñata, which is a swift hitting the bat. And then, of course, we've got cracking the whip. And then, of course, we've got the Knight of Wands, which is kind of slowing things down a bit. I really feel here that, with these two cards in the reading, it's a slow go. There's going to be progress, but it will be slow. And it will be a little bit frustrating for sure. But I think you'll ultimately succeed. It's just a matter of time. I hope that resonates in some way for you.
Thanks, Jean. And Lena is up, and Lena wants a spirit reading.
All right.
For the next 5 weeks.
That's your deck, Mr. O.
All right. Well, I'm going to use the Secret Tarot. No, I'm going to use the Karma Music Tarot. I like that. The Karma Music Tarot, the large deck that makes my fingers sore. No.
That is a big deck. It makes my fingers sore. So I drove my granddaughter home from high school today, and we were chatting about different things. We brought up the election a little bit, and then she had to remind me that it's only 2 more years till she can vote. She grew up so fast. She just keeps growing up.
I try everything. Once a deck gets old enough, it just all sort of falls into place. It's when they're newer, they're too stiff sometimes for the way I like to riffle them. But eventually they get there.
This is one huge deck of cards.
And I do that, what you're talking about, with my Murder Crows deck, because it's even larger size than the Karma Music. And it's still pretty new, so it is a little stiff. It works okay like that.
All right. Somebody's got a birthday coming up soon.
So, I won't be like Soupy Sales.
What did he say?
He once told all the kids watching the show for the kids to take $5 out of their dad's wallet and mail that to him. And he got in big trouble. It was like 1960.
Oh my God.
He was just joking, funny. But he got in big trouble for doing it. Excuse me. I have a tickle in my throat. So I have the 5 of coins, the 5 of pentacles. It's reversed. Another reverse. Ace of
Wow.
Coins.
What's with these reversals today?
But then we have the Wheel of Fortune, and it is
That's
upright.
wonderful. That's in a good spot, Lena.
It's in a good spot.
So,
Well, what does Spirit say?
Spirit is saying
You may need some luck.
Go ahead.
And you're going to get it, perhaps. But the Five of Coins says really you've gotten through maybe a depressing time, or in this 5 weeks you're going to go through a depressing time or situation and finally realize that there is someone you should be talking to about who can help you. That's what it seems like to me. And the Ace of Coins reverse may be saying that certain things you were expecting, maybe especially if they pertain to money, they're still being delayed. I think we know what that is. But you have luck working for you, and you just have to feel that there are some positive changes coming. It just seems like they are maybe more towards the end of that 5 weeks.
Well, Lena, I'm looking here and, is this for 5 weeks? Okay, for a spirit reading for the next 5 weeks. I feel like Spirit is saying, though it seems as though there's no growth here happening in the financial or material sector of your life right now, you're just feeling like things have been stagnating or not bearing fruit. The Five of Coins is indicating to me, with it being reversed, that the Spirit wants you to know there is a recovery in progress, It's like things will start to improve for you, and maybe it's because you finally find your way out of, the things that have been holding you back. Now, that could mean any number of things. That could be finding your place now, where you need to be. Sometimes the Five of Coins, when it's upright, is like people feel like they're on the outside looking in, like they can't break through. They can't find, their comfort, their safe space. And the wheel is turning as well. So I really feel, Lena, that maybe as this 5-week period progresses, you're going to gradually start seeing the energy shifting in this sector of your life, your material sector. And luck will start riding with you. Things will start improving. Oh, it's the sun. What?
How do you feel about that one?
I don't feel real good about that one.
Right.
I feel like some deception, let me try it. Some deception or some betrayal, has hampered your success. There is something that is blocking your success. This is about the 5-week period, and it may be what's involved in this area here with the Ace of Coins reversed and the Five of Coins reversed. And I feel here that things will start to improve for you, but you have to find your way around this. I'm not sure anything is going to change the fact that success is blocked in some area of your life, but all that means is you have to reshift your focus on, and now focus in other ways to find the healing, to find the ability to make things start turning in the right direction again.
Right, because I do feel that this is probably something about the alimony.
Maybe.
And well, it could be.
Yeah.
And it does feel like maybe, this is really a deception that you're going to find out about, or you're going to feel deceived when you find out about it. It just seems like 5 weeks is not a fruitful period until closer to the end. I think things do shift,
Me
like
too.
Banshee's been talking about.
I agree.
All right.
That's what we have for you. Ooh, I wish I had better news. Good luck with that. But hey, the stock market was up today. I'll be reporting that on my Material Matters show. There's good things happening in the U.S. I hope it's the start of a turnaround, but I don't know.
So it's your deck for Mr.
hopeful.
Maurice, who wants
Mr. M.
a general reading.
All right. I will use the Relative Tarot for... Wait. Is that the Renaissance again? Yes, it is. I want the Relative Tarot. Oh, wait. I used the Relative Tarot last time. This is the Renaissance one. So I was wrong. I guess I'll use this one, which is the Renaissance one. Oh, my gosh. You know, I should have noticed that when I saw those pictures on those cards we pulled, that I was wrong about the deck. Anyway. I brought these decks out recently. I've had them for a while. I've worked with them on and off on my own, but that was the first time I've used it on the show, these two decks. In my defense. There you go. Oh, those are one of those hard to shuffle stiff decks.
Well, I'm trying to do it the way Violet mentioned, and it's doable. It just doesn't feel as complete.
There are so many decks now with the sticker, you know, cardboardy cardstock.
Cardboardy cardstock.
And this is one of them.
That's a real precise term there, eh?
Hey, I come up with the most scientific terms I can.
From your lips.
All right. Well, the first card's reversed. It's the Emperor. But we do have one upright card in this deck, and guess what? It's a Four of Wands. Four of Wands has reappeared, the TFT party card. And your other card is a 4 as well. It's the Four of Cups reversed.
Fours are favored by Jupiter, which is economic. And Jupiter, of course, is the Emperor.
The Emperor is
You have 3
4.
fours, actually.
Yeah.
4, 4, 4. So
play that number.
Just from numerological terms, it does look like there is more material energies, essence around you at this time, concerns of money or possibilities with money.
You know, I look at this and I feel here, Mr. You might be feeling right now the things just seem rather out of control, out of your control, or you will be. This is a general reading. You feel as though maybe to some extent, you've had to give up some of your power to somebody else, even your power and authority, or maybe you just haven't achieved the power or authority you feel you should receive. But I feel here that maybe there's going to be some reasons to celebrate. The Four of Wands is there. It's like, I think what it's also saying is, you know, look at this in greater context. Look at how much you've been able to accomplish, and don't let, don't dwell on this. Dwell on what you have done in your life. Focus on that, because new opportunities are coming. And you don't want, you want to be more in the mindset of, hey, I'm ready. I can build this. I can make this new opportunity get off the ground. I can make this happen. So let go of those things that are making you feel like you're giving up. And if you are giving up your power to somebody, then it's time to stand up for yourself. Then it's time to do some standing up for yourself. But I already sense that about you a little bit, that you do stand up for yourself, at times. So, but I'm feeling this might be another little low point for you here.
That's interesting, Mr. Maurice, too. So that's good. Buddy Blue, I have no idea why Sonny doesn't want to show up today.
It has something to do with his feeding schedule.
Well, it might have something to do with the fact that we took one cat to the vet, and he was terrified because he always thinks that means he's next. And he does not do well going to the veterinarian.
And he hid for part of the day.
Anyways, going back to Mr. Maurice's reading, when I look at these, I sort of feel like there's a song being played here.
Uh-oh.
And the song is, I Got a New Attitude. I think this is a song about a new attitude here. This is sort of saying, looking at this idea that some things didn't work out for you, or that you didn't have the level of control or autonomy you needed, you're sort of moving on from there. You're moving on to the idea that, life can still be good. Life can still be a party, the party card for us. And then there's the clincher, the Four of Cups reverse says, I can just do something else. The Four of Cups is saying, I've looked at a lot of other things, but now I think I can look at something else. And I think this is saying, in the future, maybe you don't feel it now, but maybe you will, you're going to say, I could have a new attitude about all of this and really try to just move beyond it. Like, no more games with working with other situations that you think are going to work for you, and then you try and you try and you try, and something else happens and somebody else gets picked, etc. This, I think, is really saying you're not, at least mentally or emotionally, letting it weigh on you in the same way that it may have.
I'm just wrapping my heads around this one. All right, the coffin has reappeared.
And the lilies. Los lirios. Well, it could be saying that in terms of how things end, the endings in your life, whether they're job changes or relationship changes or whatever they are, you may be evolving your feelings or sorting through your feelings in a different way, seeing how it really is the way your life is going. Whether you planned it or not, you may be seeing a wisdom there that maybe you didn't understand, that some of these things did have a plan, even if it was a plan of fate.
Yeah, I saw you said that about the loss reimbursement. That's nice. The Four of Cups could be about that, in that it could indicate, this might be an opportunity for you, whether it's to invest it or, put it into something you need. I see that. Looking at as a potential, but it also could be a new job or something that brings, some more joy back into your life. Well, as far as this goes, I'm sort of thinking that if you feel you've outgrown something in your life, maybe you have, I'm going to take it in both realms. Let's say it's a relationship and you've grown apart from a person, you feel like you've grown and they haven't, or something like that. Maybe it's time that is going to come to an end. Now, if it's about business or work, let's look at that again and say, if you feel you've matured past, your position, your rank, etc., and you really feel you need more challenges, better opportunities, well, then maybe it's time to end that and move on.
Right. And I can't put it into the context necessarily of your present situation, but it just feels like maybe you've turned a corner on what you were expecting or what you felt you controlled or you had some sense of control of, and now you may be feeling like you don't have that beholdenment there. You can move towards something else if you wish.
Right. It could be a new job. What this could be saying is that at some point you may decide, to be, how should I say this? Really more proactively looking for something that takes you that step higher that you want. But I feel here, with this card here too, that some opportunity might be coming. It could be a new job. I'm not going to rule that out.
There you go.
But it could also be something else. So keep an open mind. It will bring you some happiness or some contentment, just some feeling of satisfaction.
It strikes me when I look at that Four of Wands in the middle there, the men sort of meeting, it sort of looks like union men, or it looks like networking. And I'm wondering if this opportunity will present itself if you're able to network in the right areas for what you're trying to do. But that's what we have for you. So good luck.
All right. Let me grab that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, and we're on yes, and they had asked for a twin flame reading from December through March.
Okay, and the first thing we have to say is we're not very acquainted with the idea of twin flames. We sort of understand them. They're not exactly like, the soulmate kind of thing. They may, as we understand them, be people that maybe have some sort of resonance or roles in your life or in your past lives, but they're not necessarily soulmates. They're not necessarily spouses, things like that. They're just people that maybe have a strong resonance. Violet, you're welcome to jump in at any time.
But and she will, which is good. Love Violet in the chat. Why don't you grab your deck? And I'm just throwing the cards. I'll tell you what I see.
Yeah.
So this is from December through March. Let's see what we have.
So I think I'm going to use the Secret Tarot for this one.
Oh, I like it.
Yes.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. Okay, well, we'll keep that in mind as we're looking at this.
Let's see what comes up for you. I'm curious about the twin flame.
Are we kind of right on what a twin flame is? Is that how you understand it? Or is it synonymous with a soulmate? I don't know, Why are you smirking there?
Nothing. I actually have a deck of cards that's called Twin Flame Ascension deck. I haven't worked with it much yet, though, but I think I'm going to have to start bringing it out and taking a look at that one. It's a beautiful deck. It's an oracle deck.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking, Violet. Thank you. I was thinking that they're not like, that princess you knew 500 years ago, but her father killed you and, you were going to find each other no matter how long it took. Yeah, that's overly dramatic.
They can be.
They can be, right. I sort of get that feeling, but not necessarily. So I think we have the right attunement here now. Let's see what we can do. All right, so there's the wheel reversed, which is interesting to start. The Wheel of Fortune, that is. There's the Hermit reversed. And then there is the Three of Pentacles upright. Do you want me to go?
I'm going to start. Well, I feel okay, so this is talking from December to March.
So it's several months.
So, and it's interesting. It looks like this time frame is not very favorable. The wheel is spinning in the wrong direction. It just seems like luck, timing, and synchronicity is off. It doesn't seem like the right time to pursue this. The Hermit is reversed here. The Hermit could indicate that there are still lessons to be learned, And I feel that the lessons are with the twin flame, but also maybe beyond the twin flame. I almost feel when I see the Hermit sometimes in any type of reading that indicates a relationship, that it might indicate that somebody is looking for answers or maybe solace through other partners, if that makes sense to you. So in other words, I feel like maybe right now, one or both of you might be considering that that they're out there, but that they are really, or you're there and you're really exploring.
Well, we're talking about approximately 4 months or so. And so I'm looking, which is a season. So I'm looking at the wheel reversed, and I saw that. Okay. And I'm feeling that there are random possible occurrences, whether they're meetings or interactions with that person or with another twin flame. But they're very random, and they're nothing you can really get a beat on. They just sort of show up unusually. So that's maybe the idea of a twin flame to me, is that they come just maybe when you don't expect it, because there's a resonance there you're just supposed to understand at that time. This is not the twin flame that could be a relationship or a soulmate. This is just sort of like something that kind of has a resonance at that time. The Hermit, though, is saying maybe you or maybe them aren't quite connecting, so it's vague enough to where you're going to have a hard time perceiving if they are in fact the twin flame. So maybe that's the part here, is that this twin flame energy is going to be harder for you to perceive now if it's somebody different. And of course, they do want to work with you, or they do want to know you, but I have a feeling like they're just sort of playing it a little bit coy here. Maybe it's part of the attraction of seeing how much you do actually resonate, because not every twin flame probably resonates exactly the same with every others.
Well, if you broke up with them, I think they know you. So I'm just going to say, looking at this, I feel that there is not a lot of growth potential or things happening on a positive level in this time period. And it seems as though
they're moving on.
There may be other people involved. And I'm saying that because the Hermit comes out of his cave, right? When it's reversed, the Hermit is out of his cave and exploring the world again, taking his knowledge, his ideas, his or herself to out in the world. And then you have this idea of the Three of Pentacles here. And the Three of Pentacles is working or being with others, you know. Often it's a work card. It's about recognition. It's about working in a team. What do you have?
Is it possible that you may have interactions with them, but it won't be the same thing, that there may be a different reason why you interact? You're on the same job together or something else that just sort of puts you in proximity?
Maybe. And I think here, though, that to me, looking at this at face value and in a relationship reading, I'm really thinking that they're really looking at other people right now.
Yeah.
They're looking at making maybe possibly a relationship or building something with someone else.
Okay, so it does.
Oh, okay. So you do have a connection.
I think between us, we sort of have different aspects of this, but it sort of feels like for the next few months, you may randomly run into them. Maybe it's because of that or other things.
But it's not positive.
It's not exactly positive.
I don't really think it's positive. If I had to look at what you need to do in this relationship, I would say for it to work at all, it's going to need a lot of work, and that both parties, both partners have to be on the, have to work together. And so if one is not all in, that's going to be a problem.
So I'm throwing the Lenormand, the other deck we use, and it may give us another sense of what's going on here. There's that Lily again.
Yeah.
And the mice. So we got the Lily as the first card. The first card is influenced by the second card, which is the mice.
Oh, gosh. If you don't see this, I'll be surprised. What does the mice mean?
Irritations.
Keep going.
Disappointments.
More.
Things you worry about.
What do they do?
They make you worry. Oh, wait, they chomp away. They nibble away.
They steal your food. They cause little petty problems. But also, the mice are about lack. They're also about lack because they take things from you. So if I combine it with the lilies, I'm really feeling here something that's failing in this setup is that somebody, or both of you maybe, are lacking maturity. Somebody has a bad attitude. Somebody needs to grow up a little bit more.
And that's why you need to work.
And
or, in some context.
What it could also mean, I guess, when we look at that, is that the mice can be about troubles, like we said, and worries. And they just seem to grow. Instead of getting better, things may get, worse before they get better. That's what it's looking like right now. And I really take that from also combining that with the wheel reversed.
We'll take that from your word that he definitely had some maturity problems then, is what it looks like.
And that's what we have for you. I hope that gives you some ideas.
Come again and ask again, or
Yeah, and
something related to that.
Well, and if you want to ask a question about your future love, next time we'll do that for you. But I think this did relate to the twin flame. Now that you've given us some data there.
Well, good luck too, and I
Hey,
hope to
good
see you
luck.
again.
Yes, wishing you the best.
Yeah, he's not a man, he's a mouse. That reminds me of a poem I read many, many years ago. Are you a mouse? Are you a man? Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
That's clever. I
It
like
is pretty
that.
clever. I like that. Okay. Should I use the Ghost Tarot, or should we let Banshee use the tarot for that? She has a Ghost of Spirits tarot.
I do.
You should use that for Kara's question.
I shall. I used it once already.
That was very interesting, yes, and I like doing it even if we don't exactly understand twin flames. That was pretty cool.
I focused as best I could on it, and I mean, it's a relationship, so,
Yeah.
I'm willing
You're
to
right.
give almost anything a try as long as it's not something really crazy. And what is really crazy in my world? All right, Kara, what do your guides have for you?
That almost sounds familiar, Violet. Are we twin flames?
I remember some limericks. A woman called out with a frown when surprised by some callers in town. In a minute or less, I'll slip on a dress. But she slipped on the stairs and came down.
I only know dirty limericks.
Well, that's pretty clean
There
for
once
a limerick.
was a
Most
man
of them
from
are.
Nan.
Oh, don't do it. It's a clean show, Mr. O. How's this one? This was in a kid's limerick book. I never saw a purple cow. I never hoped to see one. But I can tell you anyhow, I'd rather see than be one.
All right. I've chased everybody away.
We have the Fool reversed.
The full reverse.
Ooh, Major Arcana Palooza, Kara. The Death card, upright. And the Seven of Pentacles,
Oh my.
upright. So, message from your spirit guides. Your spirit guides want you to act responsibly. They want you to not take any reckless actions. Be mindful of what you're doing and why.
Look before you leap.
Look before you leap. Instead of taking that leap of faith, this is clearly a sign you must look first. And this is in regard to anything, and I think this is in regard to any major changes that are coming your way. Some changes you can't avoid, it's true. But others you can, you may want to make a change in your life in some way. Dye your hair pink polka dot, okay? For example. Well, think first before you do that. And the Seven of Pentacles is also a little bit about that, isn't it?
You have to wait a little bit before you make this change. Your spirit, your guide is saying, don't make this change too fast yet. You might need to do more about it to figure out more about it.
Yeah, there's some change that's coming. Mostly the Death card is like, well, change is coming, like it or not, you're going to deal with it. But sometimes, depending on the cards that's around, I really feel that this is a change that you are wanting to initiate. And the Fool and Spirit Guide is just saying, change is good, change is always good, but really, really think about the reasons you want to make the change. Are they in your best interest? Is it just a fool's...
Is it ready?
And is it ready?
Or
That's
does
right.
it
Are
need
you
more?
ready? Are you ready for the
Are
change?
you ready?
Or
Like
do you need to prepare more for it? So yeah, that's what it is, because the Seven of Pentacles is about stepping back a bit. All right.
Saturday brings happy hour back.
Yay! Come to happy hour, everybody.
You gotta come.
Happy hour is a single card positive message from Spirit. We don't take questions. We just give you joy and hopefully a positive message so you can make it through the week.
And don't forget, we'll be back on Sunday too, 2 to 4 p.m. for regular questions. All right. So, the birds.
It's for the birds, Kara.
The bird is the word. And there's those lilies again.
What's with the lilies tonight? Do we all have to start growing, maturation? It's also about innocence, too. So I wonder here if this is to maybe being cautious in and guarding yourself in your communications with others. You know, sometimes even I'm guilty of this on social media and that, you know, not everybody has to know everything about you, you know, and I can blah, blah a lot, you know, so I'm sure I give away way too much stuff, but I can do that. So this is saying be mature in your approach and in your communications with others. And also, you know, don't be naive. You know, don't be naive, because there's a lot of people out there who could cause little minor troubles like gossip or, you know, start talking about you and stuff. So be mindful of that. I'm not really sure that fits in with these cards. This may be just another message from Spirit to me.
I'm wondering if there is a connection, because I feel
Okay.
like with the first round of cards with that Fool there, I get the feeling like maybe this is the sort of thing where like maybe there's something that is trying to lead you prematurely towards this change, and maybe it's because it's not the actual change your guide wants you to take, but it's a change that maybe seems to be there, and that's why you're getting that caution to wait. And I think that these two cards play that out further, because I think this is saying something really needs to change, evolve, or your personality needs to take on some more, what do we call it, innocent aspects, because these birds sort of represent those false change that maybe is alluring you when you need to wait for the real change. So I'm just saying that don't listen to the birds calling for the false change or suggesting the false change. Give it a little time, just like we were saying there. So that's
So we
what
have for you. Good luck with that, Kara.
Hi, Estelle.
And it's Eselle's turn. Go ahead with your question, Estelle. All right.
You're welcome.
You are welcome. All right.
What can you learn from the relationship with your ex?
I like that question.
So I'm going to use the Tarot of the Animal Lords.
Oh.
I haven't used it tonight, but I did bring it out for use. I've used every other deck.
I'm curious about Buddy's deck. I have to look that one up.
Yeah, Sonny is being mean to us because he thought we were going to be mean to him. So he's just avoiding being
sorry,
here.
guys, that Sonny has let us down. Again, he's sleeping on the job. But we have to do something different with their food, and they're not going to be happy. And I really wish they were down here again.
Should I put him down?
No. Oh, you have them up?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to leave them down till 8.
Oh, wait. No, I didn't put him up.
Since nobody's been eating anyway, I don't think it's been a problem.
But I will pick him up because they're not going to eat later.
We'll talk.
Disobeying the doctor already?
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. Because I really don't think Shadow ate
You're
enough.
like one of those people that believe you know more than trained.
I really don't think Shadow ate enough.
She's not going to die.
Well,
What can you do to heal?
all right. As we argue about our cats.
Right, we can give good sound advice about healing.
We can.
Just not for ourselves.
Ah,
So the Devil reversed is your first card. The upright Two of Wands is your second card. And then the upright Three of Swords, which is kind of interesting. But I guess I could see it does say a part of self being separated. Okay, so it's interesting because that last card definitely talks to the idea that you were separated. And maybe the idea too is saying that a part of this is really that you're not totally in touch with yourself, or you've separated aspects of yourself maybe to understand this. Maybe that was the right thing, maybe it wasn't. Maybe you're not really listening to your own intuition, the idea of the bird there sitting outside that, and that you're caged with your feelings because you're not able to move beyond this. And the Two of Wands suggests that you sort of have looked at things as having kind of ended in a way, and you need to sort of plan for moving beyond that end. The Two of Wands sort of talks about attainment, like you understand what happened on some level, but what you haven't been able to take in is the idea that you need to still plan ahead and move ahead. Finally, with the Devil reversed, that is the idea of maybe releasing yourself from what chained you, whether you consider it was an absolute devotion and love, or whether it was something else that maybe made you feel obliged to stay there. You can release yourself. You should be realizing this. I know you never take that long.
No, I wasn't even. I'm just trying to pull my thoughts together. So I'm looking at this, Cecile, and I'm thinking, what did you learn, or what can you do to heal from the breakup? I see both can be answered here. So I want to go through what you have learned from this. And I think what you have learned from this is how to be independent, how to make it on your own, how to make it without somebody in your life that's special, and that, how to put plans together, how to create a future for yourself, and how to move forward from this. However, you've also learned that, the sorrows that you faced from your breakup were pretty strong. And so I feel here that you have learned how much that sorrow can impact your ability to move forward and make future plans for your life. So, how do you heal? How do you heal is by embracing your independence, by now looking beyond what has happened and planning for what you want to achieve and accomplish now in your life. Whether it is finding another partner, whether it is moving towards some type of career or, other scenario, it's now time to make that plan and really embrace the independence and the freedom that you now have. And not to, to let this pain, how you heal, is acknowledge your pain. Your pain was real. Your pain was hard. But it's okay to acknowledge it. But now it is time to realize that it doesn't define who you are, and it doesn't define your future progress.
She sent you something.
Oh,
I like that. I think that's a better explanation. So I'm going to pull the
Oh,
Lenormand.
okay. Thanks, Violet. I'll check it out. Do the Lenormand. I'm going to go off for a minute and... Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't think I had seen this one before, but that style I'm familiar with. There's somebody else who does that style of art. It's very pretty. Ah.
Okay, so the first card is the Ring. And it's followed by the House.
So, I think what this is saying is that, your safety, your comfort, and your own security and comfort is what you need to commit yourself towards right now.
Right. I think this is saying that good things come to your home regardless of whether they're exactly what you want or what you long for. If you're able to commit to making that your priority at this time, whether it's about, using your home as a base of operations to have a career or to be in your community on any level, relationships or family, otherwise, you have to commit yourself to that. And I think that this is saying really in time then, all those lessons you're trying to learn will integrate into your being, and you'll understand better how you can heal and what that relationship meant.
Hi, Sonali.
Hi,
welcome.
Sonali.
We can get you on the list.
Yeah, it's a short list even now.
So, the other thing is commit to building a life for yourself where you feel safe, secure, and comfortable, whatever that may be. And if that involves, getting involved in another relationship and marriage, so be it. It doesn't have to be that. This is just making that commitment to yourself. That's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Asel. That was a good question.
I don't think we mentioned closing the list, but I knew that nobody else was coming, but we have room for Sonali.
No, the list is not closed.
It's open, but never
We've only
broken.
got like 3 people, Violet. If I add Sonali, it'll be 3. Am I crazy? Did I miss someone?
Oh, wait, speak
I
of the
did,
devil.
I missed Divine
Speak
You.
of the devil.
Anthony! Oh, you're just saying hi.
No.
Well, I would love to read for you, Anthony. We will fit you in. Doggone it. Violet's going to shoot me from afar.
Look, she's taking aim now. Duck. We really missed you, Anthony, because there's been a couple times where we pulled the anchor. We're like,
we just had the
"Where's
anchor
Anthony?"
tonight before you came. So the anchor is pumped. It's ready to be pulled again.
All right.
Oh my gosh. My list is all screwed up now, though. Okay, I see Violets. That's great. Okay, Divine You. Sorry, somehow I didn't even have you on the list. I don't know what happened there.
I receive your energy. You people are lurking out there, and you wait until we quibble with Violet about whether the list is closed or not. And then you're like, I guess I'll show up now. Hi, Victoria.
I love it. No, this is okay.
We have half an hour, so of course we can do this.
Oh, sure. Well, we can go
I
into
just think
overtime.
it's a gas. It's
What's
a
a
gas.
little overtime among friends?
It's a far out gas.
Everybody's laughing. You know what? I would say let's now say after Victoria we're closing the list. Who else could possibly show?
Don't ask. Watch. 1, 2. All right, so it's Divine, right? Did Divine have a question?
Oh yeah, where is Divine? Did Divine just come in to say hi?
I thought she might have, but she's on the list.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Let's give her a moment and see who else shows up.
No! So, I hope everybody who has just come in is doing well. Good to see you all. So let's give Divine a moment. Do we have any announcements? Is anything going on? We
What
really
is
need to
going
get
on?
some things going on.
Well, we're pretty sure that we're reading in person again at the end of the month at the Arts and Crafts Emporiums. Day after
Thanksgiving.
Saturday after Thanksgiving, Small Business Saturday. We've read there a couple times now, and they're friends of ours for a number of years. It's the best little metaphysical shop in the Midwest, quote unquote.
Man, I was going to mention something we're actually doing, and I forgot now. I forgot.
Going to a movie?
No.
Not yet.
Anyway, all right, Divine, we're giving you one more chance.
I'm pretty sure Divine didn't want to read. I thought she said she was going off to look at the birthday surprise we sent her.
Oh, okay.
I thought she said something like that. So, Divine, we're going to have Violet do the countdown.
Oh, we're asking questions. Don't worry, Victoria. We're just
No, it's
blah,
not happy
blah.
hour, so you can ask a question.
Yeah, only happy hour we do the card pull. Sonali would be up next. Am I right about that? Yeah. All right, Sonali, let's take your
Sonali
question.
wanted a divine message. Sonali already wrote that down
Okay.
for us. A divine message from my higher self. So is that your deck then?
I think so. I haven't used this one yet.
So I'm glad you're busy then, Anthony. Hopefully it's all good.
Friday all day. Well, I've been messed up this week big time. I don't know. I thought Tuesday was Wednesday.
It happens to us older ones.
At least I made it to where I had to go today. So that was good. Oh, that's awesome. Now that sounds like fun busy.
Yeah, I saw a picture. I guess you were hiking with some friends or something like that.
Instagram.
Instagram.
Ah. Yes, the time change. I blame everything on the time change. Absolutely. All right, we have Justice reversed. Oh, well, that's true too, Victoria. All the craziness. The Knight of Candles is reversed.
You really get around.
Las Vegas. And the Sun is reversed, Sonali.
So this is your spirit guide message. Ooh.
You know, I think the spirit guide has a message for you here. Things right now may not seem like they're going in a positive direction right now, Sonali. Success seems hard to come by. And so what Spirit is saying is, with this Knight of Wands reversed, I think Spirit is saying, slow down a little bit. Slow down. You know, if things are not going your way, try to pull back a little bit. Justice is reversed here too, and it's saying maybe it's time to regain some solid ground again, some solid footing, and not let the fact that success may still be eluding you right now throw you off your game. Just slow down. You know, things don't always happen as fast as we want them to, and right now it just doesn't seem like, you know, things are going anywhere.
Spirit says it is possible that maybe there are some legal things coming up. I don't believe that they're very major, but they may be disappointing. So if it's maybe about judgments that may be disappointing, or you may find that the outcome just wasn't what you expected, not necessarily against you, but you didn't really get what you want. I also feel that it's possible that maybe in your personal life, you may feel disappointed by somebody else's actions, that maybe you felt they were deceitful about something, and there was an injustice done maybe to you or to somebody else. It's not really clear, but I get the feeling like this is a possibility that, you know, there's just sort of, Spirit is saying there's sort of some fractiousness in people around you and situations that don't seem to have resolved easily or are still pending.
Well, we went on a different tangent there.
I did.
But I'm going to stick with mine. I just feel like take your time. Take it slow. Let the universe write things again. A time will come where success will be more easy to come by. Hey, I went to the Grand Canyon on one of my library trips many years ago. Oh my gosh, it was so awesome. And I don't usually get vertigo or anything like that, but there was one point where I was a little lightheaded there, and I wasn't sure if it was my asthma, if the air is a little bit different when you're up on those lookouts. I'm not sure, but oh my gosh, it was so breathtaking. I loved every minute of it.
All right, so there's the mountain, speaking of the Grand Canyon.
I know. And then even better, well, no, it's not better. We have the cross. I thought it was the crossroads at first, but it is not. So Spirit might be telling you that you maybe have some long-term worries or grief that may be impacting you here. It's a struggle, and Spirit is there to be with you during these times of struggle. They want you to know that. And I feel that, you can make it through these things if you work at it. If you truly work at what might be burdening your heart at this time, and whether it's with goals that are unrealized or it is something else in your life that is weighing you down.
Well, I touched on the fact that Spirit seemed to show that there was unease in maybe one or more areas of your life, things that just weren't clear or needed to be resolved. And I do feel, though, that Spirit ultimately says there will be an end to what these struggles are. And I think I only slightly hinted in that just certain things might have to be resolved, maybe officially. So I was sort of thinking that maybe there was something officially, legally that had to be solved there. It may or may not be, but clearly, though, I think it's a matter of persistence and just kind of hanging on there.
Well, it will take time if it is going to work out, because the cross is long-term.
Yeah.
Grief and worries and struggle. And the mountains is obstacles. So what it might also be saying here, Sonali, is that if you dwell too much on the inability to achieve what you're really trying to accomplish, it'll be that much harder to surmount your obstacles. You just need to focus on moving forward regardless of what life is throwing your way. I think Spirit is saying if you persevere, you will overcome the obstacles in the end.
The thing about the sun is it always rises every day.
Right.
So no matter how dark it looks one day, it's going to rise again the next day. And that's what we have for you.
Good luck with that.
So Anthony is up. Traveler and fellow former Michiganian.
Gosh, the Grand Canyon was breathtaking. I have to say, I really felt very spiritual up there. I was really glad I was able to take that tour. Hey, these library junkets, they only pay for the conference and the plane fare, hotel. If you stay extra days or if you take a tour, you have to pay for that. So I was able to pay for the extra tour, and I'm so glad I did that. My gosh.
Sure, Anthony. So the thing is that we often tell people, come early, because it's busy. And then, of course, if it gets too busy, they can't wait, or something happens, and then they leave. And then towards the end, it clears out. And then the people that arrive late sort of get to the top of the list. So general reading, I'm going to use...
Rain and storms and cold front. Oh my God, it's going to get so cold here. It's going to get cold. It's going to be on Sunday. The high temperature is going to be 39 degrees. And they said the wind is going to be blowing, so it's going to feel like it's in the 20s.
I'm not liking it.
And it's going to be only in the low 40s and 20s at night next week.
I'm going to use the Tarot of the Animal Lords for Anthony's question.
Okay.
Did you take Dottie with you, your dog, when you went traveling? Speaking of animals. Yeah, I'm sure that heat will pop on soon too, Violet.
We had 2 days in a row of 70-degree temperatures. Tomorrow it'll go up to 61. The puppy hotel.
Well, I'm sure Dottie was very happy when you came back. Yeah, I don't think Dottie would work tramping around the Grand Canyon. That could be a little bit dangerous.
All right.
All right, Anthony, general reading for the week ahead. Oh, you have the sun.
You got the sun up right. The sun's been popping up in readings today, even in the Lenormand. So
You're the King of Swords.
yeah.
I love it. He looks so majestic there. And that's no bull.
Oh my gosh.
And then, of course, you do have the reversed Eight of Swords.
Oh, nice. Well, you
So
must
that's
be.
good.
You must be really, inspired or something after your trips here. You've got the sun. This is just a real rejuvenating, you feel like maybe more alive, rejuvenated, bright, happy, feeling like, success is on your side or things are on your side right now. I gave him that deck.
I love it.
It was one of the ones I was going to sell. It's nothing really personal about it. It just didn't. I have so many animal decks, so
I don't.
and he doesn't. So I offered it to him. And then the King of Swords, Anthony. The King of Swords. What? What do you want to
It
say?
almost seems like a real story there, like just somehow, feeling really positive minding and choosing to make a decision that kind of breaks you out of your doldrums or out of a perceived limitation you may have felt. So I feel like in terms of next week, you may make a breakthrough with some sort of illumination or knowledge. And it's a lot of it is your force of will or being allowed or being in a position to make that decision or to lead that road there.
The only other thing I would say is I know you said you were visiting, you were traveling with friends. So I don't know if there is a particular special friend there, that possibly could be indicative of somebody else. But if it's not, it is talking about you and your ability to make decisions or moves forward now. It's almost as if you have achieved more illumination and clarity. You've got a lot of more sense of purpose now. And it might be fueled by some success you had, or hey, maybe even this trip that you took has just, put you in a better frame of mind.
I think it's that, because I think it's really, like I said, breaking out of the doldrums.
I haven't read that card yet, and I'm trying to get there.
You'll get there.
And so with this card, I feel here that, you feel now more freedom and more confidence. The sun is about a confident, bright attitude. And, of course, kings, they're on top of the world. And now you have here that Eight of Swords, which really is indicating a lot more self-confidence moving forward. You just feel like you're in these cards are just saying you're in a really good place right now to achieve some goals or success.
Right. In terms of next week, it could just be something really positive happening in the workplace or with friends or some other situation. And it's like I said, it's a breakthrough in a way, getting out of a situation or being able to find a way to remove limitations or blockages.
It might be, Violet. I don't think it's super old. I would have to check the
I really
date
do
on
like
that.
this deck, so
Yeah.
if you get it, I hope you like it too. All right, Anthony, Lenormand. First card, the Cross.
That darn cross.
And it's influenced by the heart.
Well,
I know.
it's almost as if this is everything is so positive here, and then I see the heart and the cross, and to me it's almost talking about long-term heartache here. Like, I don't know, maybe still are you feeling some, despite the fact you had this great trip and you come back really inspired and stuff, and you're probably feeling more comfortable in your job and in the place that you live, are you still feeling some longing for home or missing some type of relationship you had? Because it's almost saying that this is still weighing on you in some way.
Right. The first set of cards really talked about a good positive week that maybe doesn't address what the second cards are. The second cards maybe show that one of your concerns, and maybe you'll be facing it during the week, is still feeling like you're lonely. Possibly you're either lonely for home or the people you knew at home, or you're lonely for your special someone.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it's a little bit of a mixed bag here, but I really think that you have the potential to achieve some positive success in some area of your life. So you should go for it. Just, use your powers of discernment. This is a time where you have a lot going for you on a mental level. And so use it, use it to make some strides, because your energy level's high. Why you may be pining away at the past or something else, I
think the first set of cards is really more about your work or vocational, your overall.
Oh, okay. Okay. It could be in regards to a relationship, like I said, yeah. Or like I said, it could just be loss of home.
That's true. It could be. Mm-hmm.
So other than that, I think you've got some real positive energy ahead. But it is saying, right now, because this is a general reading,
some kind of breakthrough is happening.
That there is something heavy weighing on you.
Well, that's what the Lenormand says. The other thing says something positive seems to be happening.
I know. It's all a go.
So it's a little bit of each. All right, Anthony.
That's take care. For you. Good luck with that. And we're on Victoria,
who came at the right time.
And look, we're starting her reading before the overtime, which means we'll just be doing Mama T and...
Wow. You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're always welcome, Anthony.
To move a bit more in the limelight.
Thank you.
That sounds awesome.
That's very sweet, Anthony. Thank you.
Or was this just a fun weekend? Well, let's see what the cards say on that. Let's do it. And for some reason, I just want to go back to my Ghost and Spirit Tarot. It just seems appropriate. Oh, thank you, Anthony.
So even though we are the best, I have to occasionally remind everybody that
we are
here for entertainment only. Well, sometimes we're the worst. I don't know.
We have our off days and we have our off readings. It happens.
Oh, yes, it does happen.
We just always try to ensure it doesn't happen when readings are paid for. But, sometimes they happen here on the sly.
Why'd you take that?
I don't know, because I want them. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. No, I want mine. I hid them over here.
Yeah, but you can't put them on camera.
Our cats are going through a conundrum. We have to change their feeding because one is too heavy, and we've been read the Riot Act, and now all the cats must suffer.
People were
I don't
whining.
think they're happy with us today.
Well, not whining, but people were wondering, where in the heck is Sonny? He's hiding because he seems to be upset with us.
I think he's upset, and because he will not like not having access to food 24/7 anymore.
He's too much of a priss.
Well, Victoria, you got the Queen of Swords.
The Queen of Swords. It's crunch time.
You got the Ace of Cups.
The Ace of Cups. Uh-oh.
And you've got all upright cards for you, girl. So I think this
The Page of
weekend was
Wands.
pretty stellar for you. It could very well be the start of something with that Page of Wands. And you got the Ace of Cups, which means, great joy and
It's
happiness.
definitely happy and pleasurable.
So be open-hearted, receive, whatever blessings or good luck that comes your way through this. And the Queen of Swords.
Some of this is about your masterful decision making here, that you basically have to project confidence and show that you're assured of your decision.
Yeah. So I think here too, you made the right decision moving forward, getting involved with this. And I think that going forward, it looks like something could open up for you here. That Page of Wands is a messenger. So, to me, maybe it's saying you will get a message back. They will want to collaborate with you on something else. And
You'll be happy.
you'll be happy, joy. I hope it's true. That would be awesome.
Why not?
Sounded like the
Two more
party
cards.
weekend from what you were posting.
I know, and I saw some of the pictures, so yes, it did. We got 2 more cards. Hold on.
Yeah, hang on, Victoria. Let's see if hopefully everything's still all right here with the Lenormand.
Oh, wow. The dog. Sorry, Toby. And the tower.
Good, you got it right. Looks like rabbit ears on that tower, doesn't it?
It
Looks
does.
like rabbit ears to me.
Well, that's just an antenna.
Oh, it looks like a bunny's hiding behind the building, but it's a tower. It's a sandcastle.
It was the after party. Did I get that right?
So I think you have made some important friends that could really move you up. The tower is like a corporate body. So it's like climbing, I would say you're climbing the corporate ladder. But the thing is so in other words, you met some people that you might be long-term friends with.
These are really clearly very positive, especially for that part of your vocational, life that you're trying to achieve and expedite or amplify. It's really good.
One could look at this combination saying that, through a friendship or a partnership, some type of collaboration with people that you can trust, because the dog is about trustfulness and loyalty. Something good can be built here.
Yes, don't tell Toby, but dog is man's best friend, most loyal companion.
Wow. Geez. Nice. I hope
really
it
nice, Victoria.
holds
Good
up
luck.
for you. Good luck with that.
I'm sure you'll let us know.
Yeah.
All right, so
Mama T.
Mama T.
Mama T wanted to know about the job prospect this week, I believe,
okay.
for Rick.
Yes, okay, great. I'm going to use the Secret Tarot.
Hey, you are welcome. We didn't even have to stack the deck for you. They just coming out like that. That was awesome.
Look at this. We might finish with minimal overtime.
Yep, I remembered that. I didn't write it down and I remembered it. Woohoo! The brain works sometimes. And Toby said poo poo.
Toby, you just got to play it, sly, like, it's cool.
Oh, Violet, I know it's late, but I had totally forgotten. Trap Bly, say hi.
I saw him in the corner. He wasn't quite in the view, but I said, we won't mention him this time.
Bly's been here all along.
It was Bly all along. All right, so Mama T, your first job is the 3 of Pentacles, but it's reversed. So that's almost,
My
succinct.
screen is frozen.
There's the King of Pentacles, which is reversed. But then we have the Emperor, and that one's upright. And I'm wondering if that just signifies towards the end of the week, maybe things will kind of pull into some reasonable thing there. But I sort of feel like there's, no work. I mean, that's the Three of Pentacles. Things aren't working. The King of Pentacles, maybe mismanagement. But the Emperor is sort of the opposite of that. So, but I've likened the Emperor to maybe things that happen behind the scenes or more through intermediaries or emissaries of the Emperor. So I'm just wondering if maybe the current frame is not working, but maybe towards the end of the week or relative to this time frame, there may be another opportunity appearing through this emissary or through some sort of sense of it just kind of making the rounds and getting there.
Well, Mama T, I'm not as optimistic about this week. That is to say that, it's only a week in time, and I know when people are desperate for money or desperate for employment, it's still kind of hard. But I feel here that nothing is working out right now. It's as if Rick is having problems getting himself noticed in a positive way right now. Or the possibility exists that there is just too much. He might be outclassed by people who, for some reason, are edging him out. And I know that sounds crazy. But, for example, I know, he might be trying to get part-time work. He might be trying to get work that students and other people are trying to get as well. And it just might be that for some of these jobs, they're looking for a certain type of employee. Rather, maybe they're not looking for somebody who's older. Maybe they're looking for just somebody who's younger. I don't know, but right now it's not a match. That's what I'm feeling. There's not a match this week that he can be worked into. The Emperor is just saying, Rick is a strong person and he needs to maintain his control and balance and to persevere. The Emperor doesn't give up. The Emperor stands up and takes charge. And so he just needs to keep trying. I think something might break if he has that can-do, strong attitude.
Right. I feel like whatever that does mean, it is, coming towards the end of the week, and it ultimately means, Mama T, that things are not as bad. Things will get better. Huh. Keep getting that.
Yeah.
I got the same too.
Funny that.
Okay. I got the same two cards that we had with Anthony. The cross followed by the heart. And of course, I don't necessarily think it means the same thing as it did in his reading because his question was different. With this, I get the feeling like this could be echoing the idea that there is disappointment that will hurt. We'll feel, like there's some misery you'll feel from this. Relative to the question. And of course, even though things may get better at the end of the week, the damage may have been done, that you're just feeling, a little bit more miserable about, this experience as you're waiting, for things to get better.
I know the two of you have been enduring some heartache over this, and it seems like it's been going on for a while now. And so I know it weighs heavily on you, not just for the
your blood pressure.
Oh, it was my... Oh.
It dings.
Which I took earlier today, so...
Did you have to look like that, though?
I thought it was a doorbell, and I'm like, is our doorbell working?
I thought you were upset at me.
No, and I'm like, what the heck?
Okay.
Oh, you assume stuff. So, Mama T, let me start over.
I also remember stuff.
So I know that you've been undergoing some heartache and it's been happening for a while now and it seems like it'll never end. But, Rick has got to keep focused. You have to keep focused for him too. You both have to show that Emperor can-do attitude, and be a force for each other's support. And you'll get through this, I think it's going to be emotionally tough. Hopefully after this week, things will start looking up again.
Good luck, Mama T.
I wish you the best with that, Mama T. I wish I had better news. But the cards, they're a little bit funny today. Hey, it could be some of that, like, Victoria and others have said, the full moon to eclipse energy. So, hang in there. And we are on Violet Lois. Oh, see you later, Victoria.
Bye, Victoria. Uh-oh.
You want to know more about them. Uh-oh.
Which deck should we use?
Well, it's yours.
Is it? I thought I used the Secret Tarot. But I would happily use the Ghost Tarot again.
Oh, wait, you're right. You did. But yeah, I don't know if... Go ahead and use your Ghost Tarot.
Yay! I like the Ghost Tarot.
I'm not going to use my Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot.
Is this one you gave me too, or did I buy this one? I think I got this one, didn't I? The
Which
Ghost
one
Tarot.
is that again?
The Ghost Tarot.
You
didn't give it to me. I got it. Never mind. Your brain's gone.
I did give it to you.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Who believes her?
And then I bought the other one because I was upset that I had given you a Ghost Tarot.
Now that I could believe.
And said that I
Now
should
that
have
I
kept
could
it. And so then I ended up getting the other Ghost Tarot.
Banshee doesn't like her decks, and then she likes them when she gives them away.
Only a few of them. I haven't said I wanted that
That's
Animal
right,
Lord
Violet.
one back.
I'm ready.
I didn't say I wanted that Animal Lord one back. I didn't say I wanted the Olympus one back. Oh, you. Mr. O. I'm going to keep shuffling till that stops. All right.
I'm the man without a plan, but I have a camera in my hand. Well, not in my hand. Okay. Ooh. Maybe Dimmy's a lot more than you think. The Empress.
The Empress.
He's a man, baby. Okay, and then, of course, the reverse Three of Cups. And then the Page of Cups, but that one is also reversed. Please don't make me go first.
Well, why not? You pulled your darn reversals again. Well, look at. I think here.
The Cups reversed is kind of weird, eh?
The Cups reversed is kind of weird, but it's the Page of Cups too, which is really odd to me. I think Dimmy, like many super beings, sometimes has their moments of childishness, I think that sometimes they don't always focus the way they should. They don't always, what's the word? I'm trying to think of it. That maybe they have their moments of being off of their game. The Three of Cups here, too, is really interesting in this reading. I can't help but wonder if Dimmy has... it's making me laugh because I almost want to say multiple personalities here.
Well, and I thought it was like maybe patience problems. Like they can't be patient. Like they're just edgy all the time for some reason.
There seems to be an edge for sure. Demi can want things in an aggressive manner sometimes. So I feel what I'm sensing here is that Demi is somebody who sometimes will get pushy and aggressive about things, wanting things done, and I think that they feel and also I do feel that Demi is very multifaceted. I wouldn't be surprised. You did say that you don't believe, obviously, that they were ever human, and I would have to agree with you. I feel that they are beyond, maybe even sexuality. Because I'm getting a feminine aspect here, but we're getting so much going on here that I almost think that they are, beyond the sex, like a sex. I can't say they're male. I can't say they're female.
Well, we could say that maybe the way they care about the world or the way they care about you or people like you in the world is exemplified by the Empress, that care is maternal without necessarily being male or female. It's nurturing, it's life-giving. Demi's embrace of you and or the world is that.
Well, this is very interesting that he said that, because of course I should have thought of the mothering aspect, but I still don't think that means the person, the being is female.
Right.
But let's talk about the archetype of the mother, shall we? Yes, mothers can be very nurturing, but mothers can also push too hard their children and they want something done, or when they feel they need to, get them to toe the line. I feel that sometimes it borders on, I'm not saying abusive or anything like that, but it almost gets to be like you're smothering me. You're smothering me.
Well, the idea that I feel from this card of maybe Demi having less patience right now or being impatient in general sort of goes to that mommy kind of thing too, that sometimes mothers are impatient, that we're not able to fly on our own early enough or something like that.
Yeah, I almost think we aren't really telling you much about Demi as a being. Well, we did, but there's a lot here about how they respond to you, or maybe others that they are working with, and they really take their role as a mom to the extent of being perhaps a little bit too, and maybe the idea is too because they feel so emotionally in their own way invested. I really feel an emotionality here too, but it might be a little bit colder because they really want to push you to get things done.
So,
and the cards are reversed, so I have to think about it that way too.
So let's see what else the Lenormand can tell us.
What? If you get that same card on the bottom, I'm going to be like, you don't shuffle. Oh, he breathes a sigh of relief, but it's a scythe and the cross. So you know what? Now
I hear you.
I'm going to relate this to Demi, and I kind of feel here that Demi responds the way that they do is because they feel they want to create breakthroughs for people. And they sometimes feel that breakthroughs come through adversity. So, sometimes, Demi sometimes plays the role of the taskmaster and will teach you harsh lessons.
Some of this could be a metaphor, too, for breaking through more direct communication between your realm and his realm, or her realm, whatever it is. And I sort of see the scythe as maybe the way that it's sort of pulling that apart, the idea that it maybe removes us from the emotionality so that the communication can kind of happen without that emotional, you don't need to second guess, the feelings behind what's being communicated sometimes.
So sometimes Demi can be very, very supportive. I really feel like there's this dual aspect going on here. There is support and there is some nurturing, but he's very much the taskmaster, because he wants things done in certain ways. He also wants you to recognize that sometimes the lessons come through adversity, and that's the best way to learn and grow.
And I think
it's not the only way.
And I think a lot of this is about how their abilities and or their relationship help you with channeling too, of course.
And when I think about it here, though, Violet, I'm wondering if this is just relating to how you are working with the energy of Demi in this lifetime. I'm not sure this is indicative of your whole relationship, with this spirit, this being. But I do feel that in this lifetime, maybe that's what it is. That's what we have for you. That's kind of interesting.
We'll have to do this again.
Yeah. Inside Demi's, brain or whatever. His super mind.
With Demi, you get aggro.
You're so silly. I don't know. Mr. O is just too silly tonight for me.
He has too many movie references in his head.
You're welcome. He had to sing, too. All right. Well, hey, we're only 12 minutes over time.
We could do that sometime. You never know.
Like a big 9 or 10 card reading on Demi. Maybe. I should look at some of my
fire.
Violet, we'll chat. We probably owe you a reading sometime, but I can't guarantee it soon. But I have some readings that delve into personality and the natures of people. So maybe I could look at some of those that I created and see if anything might fit. Stay tuned. All right. Well, anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. We're sorry our therapy cat was not available today.
Yeah,
maybe next time. And we hope Kara, sorry.
You're still here, Kara.
And Buddy, sorry the Sunny show did not happen.
It did not.
But hopefully we will see you soon. Take care, everybody, and hope to see you at happy hour. All right? Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.